My name is Christopher Wallace. I was 16 going on 17. I came out a few months before I turned 17.
I'm Nikki McClear, and I was 12, almost 13 when I came out.
Christopher Keene would have been 19, 20-ish.
I remember liking girls in elementary school. I was little. I just knew I like that.
Girls were always really hard, for me to wrap my head around. I remember being a kid being like, I know objectively that girl is pretty, obviously, but do I think she's pretty? Do you know what I mean? And I just thought, maybe I just haven't grown into those feelings yet. But then there was this moment when I was in 4th grade that I saw this boy, and I was like, I think he's cute.
In 5th grade, I was in HEB Honor Choir, and it was of 5th and 6th graders of all of the 17 elementary schools in Hershey's Bedford School District. And so there was this boy in 6th grade that was also in honor choir with me. And when we were changing into our uniforms one time, I thought that he was really cute. I came out to my dad in May of 2012, and he was gonna come to Memphis to visit me where I was living at the time. And I called him and I was like, I just wanted to let you know that I'm gay. You've probably already known it for a long time. And I totally understand if you don't want to come out here and visit me, but that's part of my life. And there's this guy that I'm kind of seeing, and you may meet him or you may not meet him. And my dad just asked that he didn't meet him, but he still wanted to come to Memphis and see me.
It was a week before my 13th birthday, and I was kind of forced out. It's my own fault. I had written a suicide note, and the last thing I had wrote was that I'm gay on it, and it got found. I wasn't going to do anything until my birthday, so it got found. So on top of everything else, I was coming out as well.
And I wrote these letters. And I wrote letters to my mom and my dad, to my brothers, and then to my sister. I left them and then snuck out of the house really early because I had to be at school super early that day before they woke up. My dad called me, and this is the worst. So I answered the phone, and I'm just like, it's just a normal phone call. And my dad just answers, and he's like, Bud. And I start sobbing. I'm sobbing in the parking lot. And I'm like, what? And he was like, I needed to hear your voice. I needed to make sure you were okay. Because that's when I realized that these letters that I left really looked like suicide notes. And he was like, I didn't know what this letter was. I was terrified. I needed to hear your voice.
With regards to coming out, my parents didn't care at all. And my depression issues weren't from me being gay. And my parents told me from day one, literally, I remember being young, if you like girls, it's fine. And when I came out, first of all, my parents were just worried about my mental health. And then when that all kind of settled down and I was in therapy, my dad was just kind of like, hey, Fergie's hot, right? He was just excited to have someone in the house that he could talk about girls with. So that's pretty much, I had a pretty good experience with my parents being okay with me being gay.
The negatives were a strained relationship with my parents and some of my aunts and uncles and some cousins.
On Facebook, I remember when gay marriage was legalized federally, plenty of my aunts and stuff were like, I guess people can just marry dogs, marry their sisters. And I literally took my earrings off, put my hair in a bun, and I was like, let's fight. I was like, I'm down.
Coming out isn't for anybody else. And I think that you should only come out when you're ready to come out. And you should only do it for the right reasons. And those right reasons should be because you want to be who you are and you want to be honest about it.
I think there's a common misconception about coming out. Coming out isn't saying I'm gay and hoping the world will accept me. Coming out is, I am gay and I don't care whether you accept me or not because I've accepted myself. So I think for someone who's questioning, someone who wants to come out, know that there will be people that you thought had your back or you thought were on your side who may not be, or may be on your side conditionally. And I think coming out is a matter of getting to a point in yourself where that's okay. It's a beautiful process. I know that sounds really cheesy, but there's really nothing like living authentically after years of living just a day-to-day, like lying constantly, keeping secrets constantly, feeling ashamed constantly. The process of letting go of that is otherworldly.